No, sir. Actually, I have completed my fourth year. I'm going to be final year.
Okay. So what all you are planning for after completing your 5-year LLB course, one by one, all the students? What you are planning to do? What are the questions involved regarding your future plans? One very small introduction of each of one of you. Are
Sir,
you
I am
audible?
Dhananjay from I'm a third year BBLLB student at Amity. Sir, I want
Okay,
to pursue.
let me do one thing. Let me call by one by name so that there is no issues. First of all, Dhananjay.
Sir, I'm a third year BBLLB student from Amity University. Sir, I want to pursue in a corporate law. Can you guide me for it?
Okay. What Harsh? Harsh Agrawal. Can you just introduce yourself? Shahil Kumar Gupta. Shreya Bhatnagar.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
Shahil.
sir. Good
Yes,
afternoon, sir.
Sahil.
Myself,
Yes.
Sahil Kumar Gupta, sir. I am a fourth year student at Kisijanti College of Law, Bangalore, sir. So
Okay.
I'm planning to pursue in litigation and practice after fifth year, after graduating, sir.
Very good. Then Shreya Bhatnagar.
Yes, so my name is Shreya Bhatnagar. I am from MIT University. I am pursuing BA LLB. I am in second year. Sir, I am exploring two fields. I want to go abroad to study law, and
Okay.
if I stay in India, then I want to go for judiciary.
Okay. Judicial aspirant. Wonderful. Sweta Tripathi.
A very good afternoon, sir. I'm from Mumbai in my final year of 3-year LLB, and
Okay.
I'm thinking to go into the litigation field. So need the guidance for that, sir.
Okay. Siddharth Gautam.
Sir, this is Siddharth Gautam speaking, sir. Actually, I am from ICFA University, Hyderabad. So
Okay.
I've completed my 4 years BBLLB course. I'm going to the final year. So after my completion of my graduation, I think I would like to practice in the field of law, sir. Or else try for judicial services examination.
Okay. And what Vanshika Debriwal?
Yes, sir. I am pursuing law from Amity Law School, Noida, and I'm currently in my third year.
What you are willing to do after law? Any plans?
So I haven't thought of anything as of now, but I just want to explore my potential.
Wonderful. Then Veena. Veena Katti. It appears she is not available. Yashraj. I think he's not. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So I think two people are not there. They are not connected somehow. So
Maybe,
friends, most
maybe.
of I just got the introduction of all of you. Some of you, I think one young girl was willing to join judiciary. Two, three people said they were willing to go to the corporates, and many of you are saying that they are willing to join the litigation. So first of all, these are the hard times. We are going through the COVID pandemic for last more than about 1.5 years, when we are sitting at our home, just closed doors, not much exposure available either in the field of litigation or in the corporate side, or on any of the judicial vacancies are also not coming. So this is a very difficult times for those who had passed out last year and those who are passing out current year, because at the moment they became a law graduate, they are ready to move forward to launch their professional career, but at the very same time everything is closed, so they are getting little frustrated, little nervous. So first of all, friends, this is a tough time for all of us. It's we need to be focused. It should not be like we get carried away by the lockdowns and all these conditions. We should be focused by just taking it as one of the situation which is there for everybody, and this situation is not there going to stay for long. The life will bounce back for all of us. First of all, let's take the case of those who are willing to join the judiciary. Joining judiciary is one of the very good options. The structure of the judiciary is like it's a three-tier structure. First, the at the bottom there is a lower judiciary, which is in which the recruitments are being done by the state public service commissions in all the states, conducted by the high courts. They are governed by and controlled by the high courts, but this selection is being done by the public service commission, in which you appear for the examination. Generally, it is a three-tier examination: prelims, mains, and the interview. And when you clear this, then you join as a first class magistrate or civil judge. The when the courts are working on the criminal side, they are known as magistrate, judicial magistrates. And when they are functioning as on the civil side, the same rank people are known as civil judges, junior division and senior division. So this is the first tier. The second tier of judiciary is called higher judiciary. In that higher judiciary, the rank is that of the additional district judge or the session judge. As far as selection into that higher judiciary is concerned, there are two modes of selection. In almost all the states, 50% seats are reserved for the direct recruitment, and 50% seats are reserved for those persons from the lower judiciary by promotion. They give examination, promotional examination, and through that promotional process, they get promoted into the higher judiciary, which is known as the ADJs or additional district judges. And remaining 50% posts, there is a direct recruitment by the high courts, in which those lawyers who had completed 10 years of practice are eligible to participate in that higher judiciary, and then they gets directly appointed as a additional district judge. This is the second mode of going into the judiciary. Third mode is the appointment, state appointment into the high courts. Those people who are practicing in the high courts, they are being elevated to the high courts, but this elevation or selection is not made by any examination, competitive examination or selection process. There is a separate mechanism of appointment of high court judges, which is being done by the collegium system. The high court, on the basis of the performance of the lawyer, they pick the lawyers. The high court recommends, high court's collegium recommends, then the Supreme Court collegium affirms it, then thereafter the central government issues the notification for appointment, warrant of appointment. So that's a separate issue. So those who are willing to become a judge, they have three options at this stage. Either they straight away prepare for the judiciary, lower judiciary, which is the PCSJ, which we commonly says. Then second option is you practice for 7 years, and in some state it is 7 years, in some state it is 10 years. So you practice for 7 years, and then you are eligible for appointment as a direct first class higher judiciary, which is the ADJ examination. And the third is you practice in the high court practically for 15 years, then you are eligible, or you may be considered or may not be considered. That depends on the number of factors. So this is for those who are willing to enter into judiciary. Then comes how difficult it is or how easy it is. It depends, because large number of students across the board prepares for this examination, which is really very tough. It's not an easy, it's not a cakewalk. Like if you aspire and you become a civil judge, it's an examination system. It's a tough three-tier examination, prelims, mains, and interview. Thereafter, you become a judge, and then life is settled. That kind of life it is. There are not much more challenges. If I say that it's easy, it's wrong. It's difficult, but it's more or less settled life. Then comes, there are certain students who had said that they are willing to go to the corporate side. The corporate world is also not easy one. There are number of law firms, especially in the metro cities like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Hyderabad. So these are the places where most of the corporate law firms are there, and they are recruiting directly people from the good campuses, and as well as people gets recruited by those law firms directly also. So for going to a law firm, which you need to have few things in mind. First of all, you will have to be ready for the corporate lifestyle, as they are, their nomenclature says they are the corporate law firm. So you will have to ready for work in a corporate environment in which you need to have a good command over your language, spoken as well as written language, because the corporate work depend depends on lots of drafting of agreements, etc. And then even corporate is a very vague term. Even within corporate there are number of specializations, just like corporate drafting, the company's law, the aviation, the marine. Every sector is having their own specialization. Every law firm is having its own specialization. There are number of law firms which works only on the IPR. They don't do anything else. There are number of law firms which are even more specialized, like they are doing only in the patents. They are not taking anything other than patents, so on and so forth. There are certain law firms based in Mumbai who are working only in on the marine law. On that side only, there are number of law firms who are working only in the banking sector. There are number of law firms who are working on the telecom sector. These telecom companies, the matters related to telecom companies, etc. etc. So you'll have to be ready. It's a challenging, tough task. Of course, remuneration are high. It depends on which level of law firm you have entered into, because every law firm has its own, like there are tier systems, like mid low level law firms, the mid level law firms, the high level law firms, and they're depending on their work and your caliber, you get paid. In number of law firms you are paid lakhs of rupees a month, or a good package of 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs per annum. But they are challenging, and because of the number of new law schools coming up, the competition is tough. It is getting tougher and tougher by each and every passing year, and more and more students joining 5-year law, and they are completing, and very talented pool of students available for these law firms, because of which this recruitment process gets tougher. And then the third category of people which had shown their desire to go into the litigation. So as we all know, law profession is not a job, it is not a business, it is called as a practice. When it comes to the law practice, joining litigation, the very important aspect is whatever we read in our law schools. Generally, none of those things are directly involved in the practice in courts. And what is required in courts, they are not being taught anywhere. So that's why it is called as a practice. When you start practicing, then you learn. That is the practical aspect of the thing, and then become a good lawyer and a successful lawyer. You need to have a composite number of factors which are relevant, like your grasping ability, your your drafting ability, your communication skills with vis-a-vis your client as well as vis-a-vis the court, your convincing power to the courts, your overall behavior within the legal fraternity. Because when you grow older, when you get recognition, then your clientele is the junior lawyers. You know, they approach you to get their work done. So your overall personality should be such that you attract not only the clients directly as well as your brothers in the profession, so that you are being recognized properly. And then there are challenges. You know, there is a gestation period of about 3 to 5 years which any lawyer takes to get settled down in the litigation field. It's not like cakewalk. As you enter the court premises and you start getting work, you start getting recognition. Because when you enter the court, you are a novice, you are a plain slate. Something is going to be written on that slate. So then you start learning the court craft. Court craft starts from the court clerks. They tell you how to look into the very minutest of the things, like for institution of a suit or a writ petition or a petition, what we need to look at, like certain initial basic things, like whether this court has the jurisdiction, pecuniary jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction, whether there is any alternate remedy available to this, and if there is any alternate remedy, still you are pursuing this remedy, then what are the, you know, factors which you can put forth before the court to justify your choosing this forum. Then knowing about the facts, you should be master of the facts before starts arguing any matter, first of all. Then you should be knowing the law, the area in which that matter pertains. Then you should know the law. And there is an old saying, a good lawyer knows the law and the best lawyer knows the judge. You should know the taste of the judge, like what he wants to listen, what is his style of listening. There are number of judges who gives you patient hearing. On the other hand, there are certain judges who never like to be said no. Whatever judge is saying, you just say yes and then mold him. So it depends. That is the court craft which we learn from entering the court. Those who are willing to come to court, be prepared for initial 3 to 5 years gestation period, and that's a very interesting life. We live the life of an actor every day. At times we are pursuing case of a person who is fighting for his service benefits. On this, at some other point of time, you are fighting a case of an accused of murder, so you are a murderer. You are defending like a murderer. At times you are working for the benefit of a contractor whose contract is under some problem with the government, so you became a businessman. So you change your role and you live real life situations while in litigation. It's very interesting, but of course there is 3 to 5 years gestation period. You be mentally tough. It's a really a tough job in hand these days. So it's all depend on number of factors how to be successful in either of these areas, whether in any area you go. And there is one more aspect. For last 7 to 10 years, we have seen a large number of students passing out law. They are seriously doing law. Earlier, it was not being taken as a serious professions. But nowadays, even after your 12th standards, number of students joining law schools, good law schools, they are pursuing law diligently and they are mentally prepared to go for it. And then you will have to be mentally tough for this. So this is all about your new career prospects. And any question, if anybody wants to make regarding any one of these areas he is willing to pursue, is most welcome. One by one.
Sir, actually, I want to ask a question, sir. Sir,
Yes.
like, see, I have read some of the, especially the after graduation, and people are pursuing litigation. So
Yes.
there are a lot of struggles. Like for the first 3 to 5 years, you don't get this, what you expect, money, salary, like that. You won't expect a salary, and you have to work a lot. You have to completely dedicate yourself for the profession. And our peers or our contemporaries or friends will be earning more than that. Then how to tackle it all, psychological struggle, and how to, for the 3 to 5 periods, how to that struggle. Could you give some guidance?
Yes, yes, Siddharth. Very interesting question which you have made. Like you people, most of you people have done exponential graph and the linear graph in our school times in 10th standard and the 12th standards. So the growth in the corporate world as well as the judicial side, if somebody wants joins judiciary, that growth is linear. They grow with time. Their own, it has its own space. By that pace, he will grow. Like if somebody is selected as a PC in the PCSJ and becomes a civil judge, he or she is having his own path of growth, in which after certain period of time from junior division, civil judge junior division, he'll become civil judge senior division. After some more time, that's a fixed time, he will become a DJ subject to he or she passes an examination. But the line of growth is fixed. You cannot bypass. Even if you are very smart, if you are even if you are very intelligent, that doesn't mean that you will bypass someone else and reach the higher ladder earlier. No. That path is fixed. You cannot run fast. You cannot sit idle, both the things. But here in the in the litigation, the growth is exponential. Initial slope is low, but when it starts going up, it goes up very steeply, like exponential growth. Exponential graph, those who have seen the exponential graphs. So, initial 3 to 5 years period is no doubt struggling, but thereafter, if you get established as a lawyer, then there is no dearth of money, there is no dearth of power, there is no dearth of position. All the three. And the independence which you have your independence of your own choice to live the life as you like. That independence is not available in other fields. Like you can take an example, most of the politicians are the lawyers. At least 70% of the successful politicians are the lawyers. They were advocates at some point of time. So you have that flexibility available to you. You cannot have a politician who was ex-judge. No, not possible, because when you are in judiciary, everything is restricted. Your life is restricted. So everything is having its own pros and cons. So the litigation is very charming, very very challenging. If you get taste of a litigation, nothing like it.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else?
So I have a question. Like
Yes,
I'm in my final year and I want to
yes,
pursue litigation, but I do
yes.
not know like how to actually get out there. What things I need to do, what are the steps I need to take to get into the field.
Okay. So where are you based, Sweta?
Mumbai.
You are based in Mumbai. So you do
Yes, sir.
one thing. You just try to find out some good lawyers from the Mumbai. And again, you will have to first decide where you want to go. First, you want to go to High Court or you want to go to the lower courts. It's your own choice. And then you'll have to take a call whether you want to go to civil side or a criminal side. So depending on your these answers, you try to find out some good lawyers who are there, and then you approach those lawyers directly, and they will and join them as an associate. Be mentally prepared to give 3 to 5 years time to the profession before you start expecting anything from it. Apart from that, the real life situation is there are good lawyers who pay their juniors as well. And these days, the lawyers are being paid depending on their own performance, because there is a difference between the corporate sector and the litigation sector. Corporate sector, everything is fixed, income is fixed, expenses is fixed, everything is fixed. So depending on that, they pay fixed salary. In the litigation, many a times it depends your own capabilities. If you are able to shoulder the responsibility of your senior, I don't see any reason why he will not pay. They are paying
Yes.
there. You will have to find out good senior, because it's there is no thumb rule like you apply this formula and you get the senior. No, first,
Yes,
you
sir.
decide your area of interest, in which area you want to go. Then you decide court where you want to go, like you want to go to civil court or you want to go to high court. Then you can take a call whether you want to go to a lawyer who is having company matters, or you want to go to a lawyer who is having motor accident claim matters. It depends on your own area of interest. And if you are going to litigation, I would suggest a person should be mentally ready for anything to be for anything after 2 years. Initial 2 years, you take feel of everything. Then only you are in a position to take a call which area is the best suited for me.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Anyone else?
So,
Yes, Sahil.
so I have a small doubt, sir. Suppose in the beginning, initial year, I got a lawyer. I'm decided to litigation and all, but the amount which I'm getting is very less. Unable to manage the daily expenses. How to tackle that situation, sir?
No, no. That then you'll have to take a practically. You'll have to take a decision on the situation in hand. If you are in a position that you are not getting anything and you are finding it difficult to survive, then you can look for alternate, because alternate senior who pays you, or the means by which you can earn money as well simultaneously, because there is no hard and fast rules. You cannot claim as a matter of right the salary as a matter of right. It depends on the two individual, your senior and you. It's as simple as this. You'll have to convince the senior to pay you, and if he's not paying and you cannot bear your own expenses, then you'll have to look for someone else.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone from Lucknow? There was someone from MET Lucknow, I think. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. They are from MET Noida.
Okay. No, there was someone telling that he's from Lucknow MET. No.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. It is indeed a wonderful session. I am sure it must have been helpful for the young student, our interns, and all the other law students. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
It's my pleasure. If anybody is having any problem, any queries, they can contact me. No issues. It's just best of luck. Be prepared mentally to come out of the COVID in months to come.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.